Hello, my crafty friends. It's Andrea from Prairie Sky Paper Crafts, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Manitoba. It is time for our Share Sunday card. Today we are creating on page 15 of the 2022-23 annual catalog. We are going to be recreating this card. I'm going to be using basically the same layout with a little bit of, well, a whole lot of actually my own inspiration. But I really like the look of this. So, as I said, page 15 of the 2022-23 annual. Now I'm using basic black. I've actually got a challenge in my VIP group for this month, and this kind of, actually it will hit all of the criteria. So I'm doing a chopped challenge Stampers edition or Card Makers edition, where you need black cardstock. I'm also going to be using some of our strawberry sorbet. I love this color. Patterned cardstock and critters. Well, animals, but it's a very loose definition. For this inspiration one, though, I'm going to be using the Ladybug punch. There is a coordinating stamp set, but for this one, I'm just using the punch today. So, first thing that we're going to do is cut out or punch out our little ladybug. I'm actually going to cut this so that I don't waste a whole sheet of cardstock now. About an inch. We'll go slightly more than an inch and a half. That should do it, she says with hope in her voice. Perfect. Okay. So for this one, I'm just going to punch out. Now, if you've never used a punch before, you know that, or you might not know, that you feed your cardstock in until you can just see none of the silver punching through. So that way you know for sure that you're going to get everything hit and everything's going to connect. Now, I like to give it a little bit of a press before I punch just to make sure it's not going to move. Make sure that your finger is nowhere in this zone, because when you punch, you will get pinched. And I actually just gave myself a bit of a pinch, which reminded me to tell you not to put your fingers there because, yeah, learn from me, folks. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and punch two more. Move your hand out of the way this time. And then I'm going to punch our last one. All right, so we've got our 3 ladybugs punched. Now, if you wanted to, you could totally keep this and use it as a stencil for another project. And then we are going to cut out our butterflies. Whoops, wings. Exactly the same process. So punch it. This one I'm going to feed this way because it is fine. 1, 2, and then 3. If you ever get your paper stuck and it won't come out, just keep jigging your paper and punch your way out. That's what I've done on numerous occasions, and it seems to work really, really well. Also, if you ever are punching and your paper gets stuck and your punch won't open, all you need to do is drop it on the floor. It should release. That is actually the advice that demonstrator support will give you. Also, if it's really, really stuck, you can try putting it in the freezer for a little bit, actually a few hours, and that generally works as well. Okay. Tape. There we go. It's always hidden under something in this room. So we've got 1 little bug. Whoops. 2 little bugs. And our last one. This is actually going to be, the little ladybug is going to be used as my card for bingo at the end of the month. And registration for that actually is over tomorrow. So if you are in Canada and would like to play a few games of bingo and have some fun, pop me a message and I will fill you in with how to register. There's prizes, there's games, there's all kinds of good stuff. Okay, and then there we go. Also, if you're in Canada and don't currently have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and would like to try making this card, you can absolutely check out my shop. The link is posted down below. I would love to have you join us. Actually, I wonder if we need... No, I don't think that's quite right. No, that's not quite right either. I think we need something to break up. What are we gonna use? Just trying to see what I've got handy on my craft table. Yeah, we can't just plop it on the black either. Okay, oh, you know what I think we're gonna do? Let's see what stamp sets I've got handy. Maybe we'll just add a little bit of something to the back. Oh, you know what? Trying to see what I've got here. Not really seeing anything handy that fits the bill of what I want to do. You know what? I will use, this is now retired Dress to Impress, but I'm going to grab the dots out of it and see if that maybe can give us what we're looking for. Move these guys out of the way. And I think I'm going to stamp in gray. Now we've got black. Ooh, actually, we're going to do two-tone. I know my Versamark has seen better days, but it won't show on the card. Versamark I love for just giving it a little bit of tone-on-tone color, especially if you don't have exactly the ink pad or ink color to match your project. It really is perfect for just that little bit of watercolor. Okay, I don't want to get too carried away because I still do want to put my thank you sentiment on. So now we'll grab our gray and we'll do a little bit of gray here. Just to kind of fill our spaces. There's really no rhyme or reason to the way that I'm doing this. You can also do a double stamp. Move this out so that you've got a little bit of color definition as well, a little bit darker, a little bit lighter. Really, you can kind of just go with the flow and see what is, okay, I think that'll work. Let's see if that's, yeah, that's definitely an improvement there. Actually, just give me 1 second and I'm going to go grab some dimensionals as well because it needs a little bit of pop of something. Alright, forgot to grab my sheet of dimensionals before I started. So we're just going to flip these guys over and do maybe, oops, I think we'll do 2 per Ladybug. Oops, a little overzealous there. Do 1. That's the one that the backing came off of. go. Dimensional backings are sticking to my fingers today. That's odd. 1, 2. And there's our last little guy. I'm going to put our dots back in the stamp case, and the thank you sentiment that I'm using from is from Beauty of Friendship, and I will be stamping that in the gray as well. So this is basic gray. And we're just going to do our little thank you in an area that's mostly empty. Actually, we'll do this and that. And it kind of gives it, so I inked it up once and then I stamped it 3 times. So it gives it a little bit more interest and a little bit more definition. Got a little bit of an ink line. Not a big deal. We'll just trim it off. There you go. And add our adhesive. 1 line there, 1 line there. Okay, Wink of Stella keeps rolling into my hand, so we're going to take that as a sign and we're going to add some Stella to our wings. I'm just basically painting it on. Once you've got your brush primed, if you store it tip side down or even horizontally, it won't, you won't need to squeeze out anymore. I mean, you could if you wanted to, if you wanted a little bit thicker of an application, but if you squeeze it too much, it'll leave a silver blob on your project. Ask me how I know. It's not really a big deal. If that happens, you can always cover up those little oopses. All right, so there's our little ladybugs with our Wink of Stella. It's actually shiny enough, or the sun is, well, it's not really out, but it's bright enough outside that you can kind of see the Wink of Stella, and then you can also see the pattern on our designer series paper. So the catalog, I should say, is an awesome source of inspiration and ideas. And if you see something that you love in the catalog, but you don't necessarily have that particular stamp set or punch or die set, you can absolutely go ahead and create your own version from that inspiration. So I hope that you'll give this a little bit of a try and use the catalog as a source of inspiration. Thank you so much for watching. And if you are in Canada, don't forget you can always shop with me. My link is down below. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I truly appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to hit subscribe. See you soon.